The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot.
Ah, yes. So it's him. For bringing munitions to the island?
As a defensive measure,
From enemies. Enemies of the commune.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. The flock of quail depart on the islet like a silent of great importance to the few who attend. A silent hiss, the faraway, a low hum. Air flows out of a pillbox, a jitter, a sound.
Yes?
Momentarily, the sounds are swept away. Pain shoots up your right foot.
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
ICM. This
Insulindian Citizens Militia.
sounds an awful lot like.
It does. The RCM made this. It's impossible to say. It was.
Nice, but it's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
There were all sorts of groups and groupuscules. No.
With its horns in the sky,
No, that's the.
a DeLorean era symbol of insulin.
After 44 years, one of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw.
An old cylindrical. The lieutenant.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired. Downstairs, somewhere? Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout, the kind that's favored by vagrants.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need the hollow ring. The canister is empty.
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. Someone with basic electrical skills has restored.
The wind outside picks. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up. There's a red starter switch on the. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters.
That should do it.
This old. Books and magazines. Most are popular depictions among what is
Someone's made themselves a home.
not that you can tell. Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. Soft covers, serial. Soft covers, serial. There's a greasy old spring.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh.
A flash of pain.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Yes, anytime.
You don't have to be a hero. Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium.
The console of an antique computation device. The generator. I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
After you. I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from...
Don't worry. I have a gun. I know. It was not easy.
The greasy old spring mattress.
The offer still stands.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. The blanket you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to... Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, off to advise the Queen of Shest, most likely. I don't know, man. What is the Holy Suzerain doing here? Something seems off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to... I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown. Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of...
She looks at the suit.
Anyway. Hey. I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry? Well, don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. No, Harry. No. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. It's all gone. I have to go to the...
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. Please don't give me any gifts. It's not, but... I don't know why I said but. That's it, yes. We've talked about...
Where in hell? Oh yes, she'll come around now. Her innocence, Dolores Day, fit. I don't understand.
We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you. It just takes some time, but I can. Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone. No, Harry. We already tried again.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. But she does not seem relieved at all. Glances over her shoulder, then...
We both said a lot.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers. In her...
As Queen Regnant, I write a...
You need to recite it to her. For effect. All of it. No summaries.
Please, Harry. I just don't have time for this. Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now? Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. It was 100 million years ago.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs. Her breasts.
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants. The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. Yes, let's talk about that. It was just a day then, but...
That's sharp and precise.
No, it's all you. I always loved you for it, but it could not save us. It could not make me stay. And my crown of immortality, can't you see? I can never think you're cool again.
You're a better man now. More level-headed.
No, it's too late.
Your heart burns.
Harry, do you notice how none of this is very funny?
She smiles mysteriously. looking
It's here, Harry. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300... There.
Surely the alcohol didn't help either.
Everyone has a little glass of wine every now. 42. No human being should still remember. Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. I have to, Harry.
Lies, sire. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times.
Light. I have to wipe it all off me and be... No. That would only be... That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and am happier for it. I won't see you, but... Oh, Harry. Right here, I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti-frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the... Oh yes, this is real darkness. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed around and you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound. Okay.
There's a rain-soaked mattress.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to...
A single-person mattress, modern, and an empty can of beans on the ground. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the page.
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you. Quite old and grimy from... The springs screech. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved. The red chimney and collapsed back of the four-story. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
More than that.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle?
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The original...
Affirmative.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
He looks north. Then again, his...
Where?
He does not answer.
We should move now.
A strange feeling, looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. An old man then spits it out, unclouded by cataracts. His eye...
The what now? I can't hear you. I may have. Fire guy. Regressive bush. My eyesight? I did. And you opened it. I should have burned that console down. Reactionary rock and roll.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it's a three-angong.
Southeast Samaran made.
A Samaran rifle.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
You heard me.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the...
They wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth. Yes, I bet you. Have you come to make me?
His left eye twitched.
We have come to ask you questions. If you do not comply...
Another spitball lands in the ashes. That's all the answer he gives. The lieutenant pulls his pistol from...
You are a glorified night wolf.
His elbows rest on the frame stock, calmly for now. But he may still get it in his hands. Looks like he knows the weapon. The lieutenant aims his pistol square at the...
Put it down.
Or you're gonna blow my brain. It's out of bullets.
His gaze follows your motions. The still warm from his parched hands. Not the rifles in a shabby. They say Triangong 4.46, Sin Yao Commune, for Safre and for... This is the Vulgate Seraïs.
What does it say?
That's what the little guys told us. Those men were commander.
On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into the wood.
No one said it has to be a Belmagrave.
From ballistics, it could...
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shantisha. The right type and the right calibre. I wonder how old...
The old man does not answer. The old man keeps following your motion. Some kind of involuntary response. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
My name is Joseph. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a
There, behind them, across the delta.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover?
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia. I left my unit on the
51 minus 8 equals 43.
No. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E48. A name 43 years and 10 months. It's not how a human being
What have you been doing?
hiding,
Where the afternoon...
always waiting for her
Her who?
girl child revolution. I am not a fool. I know the historic opportunity for a revolution happened. I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. You could say I misunderstood the historic. The second is a reaction to take hold. Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men. It's the same thing.
It remains unclear what it is.
And this was... when?
He is still not convinced.
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. The combined might of internet huddled on the floor. The artillery was... I ran. I climbed the chain. Airships. I climbed out. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to the mask of humanity fall from... And then you see it, that the bourgeois are not human. I had to fight it. I had to never stop. It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fort. The congenitally deformed King Philip II coalition military death blow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone. Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people death blow? Iblis. The black-eyed angel. How does anyone survive? I steal supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater.
How is your health?
I've been throwing up blood since...
He does seem frail.
The RCM can provide medical service.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns. I haven't. I have holes in my... I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of... It's disgusting. It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have...
There were posters.
We communards still hoped. And others too. Some cordons at night. I used a dinghy. I only went after...
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. The propaganda bunker.
Propaganda bunker.
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment too. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right? I know.
So you've been...
Sleeping. Some night.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
I don't want to. They're all traitors. I do. They're good. Plenty of tar. I like...
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can't...
A spray of blood from it. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the communist.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't...
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
You're insane. Radio shows. Speed race. No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer, trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar.
He nods slowly. Then he looks away to the sea and lets...
There's nothing serious in this world. I've used it.
Killing people.
It's a gun. That's what they're for. I've used it.
Interesting.
There is no after the war.
So he's continued killing. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. This is what you live. The great the solution. Go in straight. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first.
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
I don't want to tell you. The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
Oh, yes.
Did you kill it?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the...
A drop of blood. Exhaust him with proof. The gun. The scent of blood in the air. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
I saw you poking around there.
You had direct visibility. You've been here a long time, Mr.
I'm ready to die.
He's practically admitting to it. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
Forget about your stupid fuckings.
He lost it. He just doesn't know where it is. Forget it. Push on.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. Nowhere else. Nowhere. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now they're gonna come up. You got it. Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul.
Everything is brown.
Show me the soles, please.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is censored. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern.
The size fits, but not the sole.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Racking those brains, are you?
The lieutenant gives you. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around.
Damn Maybells. So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. They blossom on the islets.
South, the Bay of Martinez.
The coast, too. Before
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know?
I may. Class.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
With the victim.
There is a small tremble. Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
Not a lot of guns around that use.
It's a real gun. Not, you look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask?
Damn, he saw you. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Thank
Murder. You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood. Beating us to the ground, moaning with joy. Got your attention. Now you stop beating drag.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
Oh, the inhumanity.
The lieutenant raises his right, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights, both of them, him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning, and...
Mr. Dross, are you aware you confess?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they would do.
The motive. This is where the...
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the...
A rifle scope has...
And if you don't like...
Click.
Yes.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift. What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain or the... Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid. It's a mystery. This... You've seen demented people before. This...
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. And I wanted to see his head. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head.
The caliber of bullet he used does not do that kind of damage.
There's...
The coals of his eyes...
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know. Yes, over the years. No. I don't really know. The day after I killed. Yes, I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
Neither does he. In the silence, the lieutenant...
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her
Past the fell building on the coast.
hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared. Her passport and tickets to be...
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth.
Yes, after she'd gone.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the duck?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I did. She had a face. I could see who she was, too. A spook.
You could tell she was a spook?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses.
He's setting it up for you. The bruises, you can't make that out in a scope.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
It quickly comes to you.
Oh, yes. Cutting those
Did you make that hole?
with a clip point knife.
Good for listening in, too.
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow. I've been through all of... Yes, that, too. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out. You can...
Those two took the... You hear the familiar scribble of...
How did you get in there? The hidden pit.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think
You had to open the steel door in...
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there.
And he found use for it.
One more thing. The flowers.
What about...
There. He's already admitted to it. Just ask.
I did? I shouldn't have. I was there one night, and she was the day after Yes, I don't know.
Neither does in the silence.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
Where is she? That Clasier. I haven't seen her there for days. Gone. I knew it. She'd look at night.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind, on the platform, small. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island.
We could get more. We've got...
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years?
A tragic comedy.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. The familiar put, put, put of hatred.
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Because of the racists, everyone is a pump full of steroids and... Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some, not since the serfs of... Intense, like animals. Like those boom boom more. The worst of them is the blood-drenched. The worst is that old cock. Every morning he's there. While the parasites he fought to protect. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. We did good when we pushed him under that horse car.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred. There was something about... And the Sucrian on her yacht? Joyce? Probably.
Horse. Syphilis is a disease, Philippe, the third country. The bacteria.
That is, technically.
And he still went on to govern Revachol. What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why? No. Cynical design, cockroach. Art is a bourgeois.
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue, it had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over the years.
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is.
He keeps having opinions about the union's leadership.
Another hideous disappointment.
Disappointment. So personal.
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect...
Edgar.
He talks a big game about uprising, and first against the wall with him.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
I haven't approached anyone. I hid.
How did he know you were...
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He stepped right off the boat and walked down where... I was right about one of those things. 20 years ago. Neither of them...
That's around the time the Clears came to power.
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, and charity too. Let me be here.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
You know why I killed that fucker, Duat.
Again?
Try teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomic.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them. But he's insinuating something. The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water.
Hey,
He acknowledges it.
that bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker. She was. And she was real soft on those money called in, they say, on the eve of
No, that
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally.
No, I guess it was not. She couldn't make the call herself
here it is, the bend in the river.
because she was dead.
Just say nothing.
The cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into... She was going home, waddling, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her and the ruins. Someone shot her. Or maybe the cow just fell. My memory is full. Nothing changed. Not in the...
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, we would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW.
A degenerate worker state. Goat shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. I saw it happen, and I liked it. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. A Sucrion, a bloodsucker. Women like her feed. I can't believe the inert lumpen.
If only he had the ammunition.
Every fucking royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that I remember him, that one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Truss. Not yet. I like to look at...
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon. That better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one. For him. Haven't seen him around lately. Strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. No. I waited too long.
I'm sorry, Mr. Druss. I understand you.
They're all dead now.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health.
And I blew them all. All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Glad we talked about what?
His lip curls.
Glad we talked about what? What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The wind picks up.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided. Do you?
But... No, I don't want to.
He's sweating.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now onto the boat.
There it is again. To your north. Something completely different.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. What?
What are you talking about?
Your skin crawls. A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you. You feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand move to your holster.
Tell me what you see, damn it.
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence.
Be very, very careful.
creature stands. Reed-like tufts stick out of its... The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else. Slowly, with your breath held, the tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and the insect stops its stridulation. Suddenly, there is silence. As you do, the invertebrate comes to praying to you. Unwittingly, the insect continues its... Perhaps it is preparing to eat its god. As you back off, the phasmid also takes a step back into the reeds. Something tells you the next time you engage and disengage, it will... The arthropod follows you with its antennae. As you back... Hissing and clicking,
Maybe...
The insect's head is cramped, breathing you in. You're...
Okay.
There is no change.
In 3.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
I got it.
A shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you. As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And something under it.
It's gone. Apparently, yes. Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have...
What now?
Something is very wrong with him now.
See?
Mr.
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging. A light shiver passes him.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility.
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid. Old age and shock. The appearance of the phasmid.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir, and
I lost.
he turns his eyes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way. This site is a T9, Mr.
Silence. Not even. Nothing.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up.
The plastic cape. The blacks of his eyes are receding.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help.
The skiff is...
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks but for the you reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought in. Harry, you're bleeding all of...
Whatever this is, it is this is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
That's right. And you're bleeding.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Kemar. And this is your special Special Consultant Trent Heilerstein.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi,
The scene is making even him.
we might need your help with something, but this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
Bothered by it? Harry? Fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this...
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. My background is in something else entirely.
No, Trent. It's too late. You're part of this shit.
Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And people on the street...
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk. Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude.
I'm technically...
Fuck you. You're part of this shit show. Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who other people have left too. Good.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sun?
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Do? It's a Major Crimes Unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in...
The 41st isn't...
Yes, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilerstein. What indeed? I was...
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on. You.
Despite all that you've done, the deserter, the phasmid, the case. Good idea. It doesn't look like he thinks you're in a position to correct him on the shitkid issue.
Where have we been? We've been fucking up. You told us to fuck off. You said we are cramping your style. You're detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die. Yes, you're sorry. You're the sorriest cop who ever lived. Nothing has changed, Harry. I've heard this. Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk, and you won't be duped so easily. No, everyone's just a brilliant master of this guy. Guilty as charged. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Did you? Or did you?
Absolutely no idea. 100 years?
Lieutenant, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends. Okay, you're my commanding officer. I really...
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on Earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to... The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come...
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definition.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when...
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Psychotraumatic amnesia? Trant? I can go. I keep my shit together.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After...
The 2 cases in your ledger. Those cases were...
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's what...
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explored. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the... Hardwired to the free market.
Okay, Trant, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
For now, I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he? Now, nothing. Now we're just going to Stenny. No, now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to our motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? So refreshing. It just... It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth... Not today, badge.
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievement.
Phew, he has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. So you forgot to drink? I don't...
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape?
We've read the reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Duped again. Not for one moment do I believe you quit drinking. I'm not even gonna get in. Or the fact that you're Everard Claire's little peony now. Compared to the 7 people who were gunned down, the streets are...
He did everything he could. He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. You spent the week with him on this... On Lieutenant Geoffretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing...
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely. It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with, well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way,
Okay, he did.
other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the a colossal stick insect. It was on the...
He takes out the You hear gasps.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Fucking hell is that?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is.
I must say, this is absolute.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez.
And eyes too.
Understood, of course.
I would prefer not to partake in any.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
Lilianovich, a revolutionary matronym. The custom started in this man's mind.
So,
Thank you, Trout. Thank you.
Of course, excuse me.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
Jealousy? I thought...
A strange psychosexual fascination, the result of spending all this time in solitude. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the...
it's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over it.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something.
Yes. Follow me.
The body was transported to Precinct 41.
You're not the only cop in the world.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species, and so I have to.
Anything that ends the trial is okay.
Agreed. The public relations potential.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody.
The man looks west, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
No. You're too unstable to work for my boss.
I assure you, I wouldn't consider.
He would immediately.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, Dora something. Dora Ingle?
Not Dora Dubois.
Something like that.
Vasa is read beautifully and
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time. No, it was 6. Like ancient. Incredibly bangable. Extremely fuckable, Harry.
Snow. Well,
I've only seen a picture. But
Look, the sun is a...
I think she taught in the Academy. My point is, You need to see.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Who are you? Well, obviously you're not.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and your moves on the church floor.
God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
The regular. You found some chick.
You, every morning,
In your 20s or late 20s. Yes, you tell
the smell of Kudo.
High school. Harry, your goings on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the... I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that.
us. We're the bloody murder.
That's not true. Jamrock is...
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good. Mac the Torso
They are damn iconic though, Torson and McLean.
Yeah, not like us. God. There are 4 wings here.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only...
Ptolemy Price? He's the son...
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the Force. You're lucky.
So he remembers that. Yes,
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be...
our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information.
Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of...
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted...
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in...
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the great...
Thank you again, Lieutenant. Who is Lena? Well, good luck.
She and her husband were conducting... They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good. Well, first I will go back to my station and write... Detective, we just stopped a small scale. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate. Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering. Work with Price?
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not
Flattered?
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant.
I do like the sound of that.
he's really considering it.
Good.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Under the noonday sky, you close your eye. Torson? Yes. McLean? Really?
Wonderful. Then can we please just...